Next time she could bring a whole makeup kit and
No, I don't wear makeup.
and put the powder on.
I don't
There's-
wear makeup.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that because I feel like he was just trolling me by saying that because that's what I do. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, it's necessary. It's necessary.
I don't wear makeup. I went through a stage like where I used to wear makeup, and then I thought of like I was doing it because it was like insecurities, and then it was really just I stopped wearing makeup to tell the truth because it was taking too much time.
When you got to pay rent to pay for makeup, you got to pay the rent.
Listen, all I'm saying is you just need to get a little bit rid of
foundation?
some shine. That's all. Sometimes I just need to get rid of some
I
shine.
used a lot of shiny stuff because I use a lot of oil, skincare things.
So all I use is a little bit of translucent face powder. and
Yeah,
we're good
that's
to go.
okay. That's okay.
See,
that's
look
okay.
at that.
You got to use
okay.
the Korean stuff.
That's okay.
Yeah,
John, leave all of
but
this.
that's expensive though. That's
My mom's into that. I look at that Amazon cart. It's like, boy,
By the way, leave
she
all
do
of
the
this in.
glass face.
she do everything. Yeah. When we were in Chile, she put that on for like an hour. And like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
you have to. It's better you
Yeah.
sleep in it, but then you gotta learn how to sleep on your back.
Yeah. No, she had it on for at least an hour or two minimum.
You just gotta sleep in that.
I want
That's the
Nike.
best.
I want Nike to know this is where the budget is going. This is where the budget is going. Right to all the Korean face care. Welcome to the 10th Year Seniors Podcast Network. This is a very special edition of Conversations. We are here with the face of Bahamian Track and Field. She's the face. She's the voice. You know why you gotta be
The
you gotta be
authority.
the voice? Yeah, you can call it the authority too, because you are not afraid to say the things that other people will not say. Anthonique Strachan in the building.
Hey guys, the thing is, it ain't the fact that I'm not afraid. It's the fact that I lack filter. So,
That's okay.
That's all of that is a part of it, but that's good. I feel like you need people like that, right? Because to get anything done, you need somebody to really express, hey, this is exactly what's wrong. Because otherwise, everybody would think everything's cool, right?
that's true, but in all honesty, I'm practicing for like when I reach like 60, 70. Because at that age there,
No
you
filter.
say you can say whatever you want to say. So
Yeah.
in my mind, that's my age range.
Yeah, just fast forward and jump right there already.
Yeah, like-
Because, and full disclosure, we were talking about a lot of this stuff before the pod to prep it, but I think most people think track and field is just the glamour sport in the Bahamas. So everything has to be fine with that, right? We have gold medalists, we have world champions, we have some of the biggest names in Bahamian sport coming from track and field. So they assume everything's good. Everything has to be good, right?
No, it's not.
There you
no,
go.
I'm
shocked.
No, it's not. Everything is not good in track and field because, like I said, it's like we have a whole heap of athletes, but only so many of those athletes have contracts. And we're not different than other countries where our athletes have to have jobs and do the sport. But it's only going to be so long that you want to work to pay for work.
Right.
So at some point in time, you'd be like, wait, why working to pay for work when I could just work and pay for a vacation and enjoy time? And we live in a social media content era. So I can't get much content from track and field. But
Not
I can
really.
get more
No, not
content
really.
from...
With all those World Athletics regulations, you can't record nothing.
I mean, you could start. You could be starting your Korean skincare content making page like right now because you want it.
Oh, is there a distributorship down here for that? Because I think people are gonna buy.
We about to find out. But so there is so much of your story that we want to get to, but I want to start with the most current one. Right now, you live and train in Jamaica,
Yes.
and people always say, you know what, the Bahamas is not a real place, and we're not because we have a lot of weird shit going on at all times. But growing up and living in the Bahamas and then making that transition to living in Jamaica, I want to hear about the differences. I want to hear the Jamaica's not a real place stories. Like, what's your favorite part? What stands out to you?
Jamaica's not a real place. First of all, what this stand out to me is like I am a foodie. I tell people it's like I participate in big back activities.
Okay, well, good
So-
that you run. Good that you run.
So because I participate in big back activities, certain food what Jamaicans eat just throw me off, like chicken back. Like go into the grocery store to actually buy chicken back. I just be like,
Man, that's a good part of the chicken, though.
yeah, but my dog would eat that.
I mean, people was eating it before the dog was eating it, though.
Yeah, but I
you ain't reached it yet.
no.
You like oxtail, though.
Yeah, and I love ghetto oxtail too, which is turkey neck.
Okay, well now I feel like we just nitpicking because there's no way
No,
you can
I
look down
love-
on chicken back and not on turkey neck?
How?
I feel like they're in the same family.
No, that's ghetto oxtail. Because this the thing. If that cook, the same way they cook the oxtail and they mash it together, tell me how you're gonna find out which one is the oxtail and which one is the turkey neck.
All I'm saying is that is in the same chicken back family, so I feel like we looking down. Give me something else about Jamaica not being a real place. We got the food.
First of all,
Social life.
the thing is, I don't party a lot because of my training schedule. But I went to what I just don't understand in
Paso
Jamaica.
Paso.
I've never went to Paso Paso, but I want to go because I have a little bit of ratchetness in me.
I was there for 4 days and I went twice.
Paso Paso?
Yeah.
This is the ghetto.
This is a while ago. Yeah, directly to the ghetto. Everywhere I go, I go directly to the
I
ghetto.
feel like what part of Jamaica you were living in?
I live in Kingston, but
Yeah,
I live in New Kingston.
Like 90% of Kingston is ghetto.
Oh no, like I went.
Yes. First of all, they lay out where you gotta to get to the good area, you gotta go to the ghetto. But then when you look out the window, there is a ghetto.
Yeah.
So here's what happened because I was on what at this point was the
teammate's gonna kill me.
Yeah, good. I hope they see it. At this point, it was the IAAF. So I was on a trip for them doing some journalism stuff. And we went to the hotel, put our bags down. It was like, y'all have free time. And so I asked the driver, all right, I know these European people don't know where to go. Where do people like me go? And he was like, I got you. And that's how I ended up
You didn't
there.
have dreads back then.
And I did not have dreads back then, but I fit in.
They ain't gonna meet down there.
I mean, I wanted to see some WWE moves where people jumping off the speakers and then they landing straight into
Hey,
a
that's
split.
impressive,
Like, that was the kind of thing that I was into at the time, not anymore.
No, but that's still
You get
impressive.
saving
though.
incentivized now.
Things are a little different. Life's a little different.
Not only are the athletes great in the track in Jamaica, but they got the real athletes on the dance floor.
They prepare for it in all aspects of
They
life.
go hard in every aspect of life. They 110%.
So tell us about the decision to do that, though. What made you say, you know what, this would be best for my career at this point. I just got to go straight to the source.
It mainly became because after I became pro in high school whilst I was in Bahamas, and then I went to the U.S. And I was in the U.S. for about 6 years. And the only thing what I was doing there was either having a surgery or not performing. So
Boy.
I then became tired of that, and I was like, okay, you know what? The best of me when I was in track and field was when I was uncomfortable. So I believe that success and uncomfortable is like next door neighbors.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other. And I also know for a fact, like, I needed to challenge myself. I wasn't getting that challenge in America. And I was extremely comfortable in America. I was living a very soft type lifestyle, which I'm not against soft lifestyles. But that's not what I needed to be good in track and field. So I was like, okay, I could go to Jamaica. And then I only thought about it, but it wasn't like putting pen and paper. My agent and my old coach, they was like, yeah, we got you a club in Jamaica. And I was like, I only said that like hypothetically.
Yeah, I said it in passing. I wasn't expecting y'all to really take that and run with it, but we here now.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is your best bet. And like my agent, he could sell water to a fish. So he was like, yeah, this would be your best move. You know, he coached this person, that person, and you need to learn that track and field is not just like a hobby, it's a lifestyle. Like everything you do have to evolve around this. So I said, all right, you're making sense. I went there, and I'm not gonna lie, like the first 2 months, I was like, oh, I'm ready to leave. Like the first 2 months, I was like, I'm ready to leave.
What year was this that you went there?
2019.
Okay.
Like 2018 going into 2019. And I was like, I'm not safe for me.
Jamaica's
Wait,
different.
at that point you were contemplating, did you just mean Jamaica or the sport in general?
No, Jamaica. I was like, Jamaica ain't for me. Like, but then also, I'm like those people, like, if I do something, I'm going to stick by it until I get what I want from it.
I need to see this through. One way or another, I got to see this mission through.
Yeah, so, and then like me and my coach, we used to have like a little tit for tat, and I like those type of...
You need some tension.
Yeah, I like those type of situations. I like a little bit of toxic.
Yeah.
So-
Not only is she a big bag.
Okay.
But
I
she
feel like
she
you
liked
might
the full
have.
scene.
Yeah, I feel like you might have been talking about something else, but you was like, I like a little bit of
No,
toxic.
no.
Just in
Only
coaching.
like in my only in my training environment because I do have like a bully type complex. So if you let me run over you one time, I run over you every time. But my coach,
I was about to say, I don't know how much Jamaicans could let you run over them.
you'd be surprised.
More than you think.
So they ain't bad, man.
Yeah, they
They definitely-
at least not the ones I know.
So when did that transition change for you? When did it happen where you was like, okay, I'm shifting from I don't know if I can do this to I can settle in and this could become my life.
Mainly because like I'm not a. Eventually, I realized like, oh, what I was just missing was Amazon. To tell the truth, like I just was missing like, oh,
Amazon
when I
nice
ordered,
though.
I mean, we didn't even laugh at that because we were both like, having a world without Amazon just
Yeah,
seems like it don't make sense.
Because like living in America, it's like I like to shop online.
Mm-hmm.
So I like when my packages then could just reach to my door and I don't have no extra processing to do
Just
with
see
it.
the little smiles
Yeah,
on the
and
boxes.
Your package is out for delivery.
Yeah.
You can follow
Package
the
has
truck
been
and
delivered.
everything.
Like you in your house and you see package has been delivered and you just outside.
You have to wait till the driver leaves before
Yeah.
you go pull it out. Of
course.
Like, hold on, I don't want to be too needy.
Yeah, I don't want to look too aggressive about it.
But now,
But now, first of all, I had to turn around and do a thing for a shipping company. And then I just have to write Amazon a little thing that tell them like, hey, separate my boxes, make it as much boxes as possible. So you could then lie and say like, oh, I ordered these package in different times. But
don't let them know the
No,
finesse.
yeah.
Don't let
that's
them know
okay.
the
I
finesse.
don't care. Then you got to check the weight. You got to make sure the weight.
Yeah.
The size of the box, the weight, the
Yeah,
dimensions.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
this is
like-
17 cubic feet today.
Yeah, and then like sometimes they say like, oh, the package is only like £1. So then I think I'm paying 500 Jamaican dollars. I'd be like, all right, that's not bad. And
It's like
then
25 cents. No, you're close. It's like,
You also made this. She got to go back here though, John.
that's like $1.
he ain't gonna catch
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
He ain't gonna catch me.
She got to go back. Don't mind him.
Like when I reach the trainer, my teammates say,
And this is exactly the clip that we would put up there too. Put it right on IG. What was your first moment of success that you had in training in Jamaica?
I would say when I finally PB'd because it was like 10 years since I PB'd again in the 100. Yeah, it was 10 years. So I took that as my biggest success because I only was there like 3-4 years and I got a PB. And for a lot of other rest of people, they'd be like, oh, 3-4 years is a long time to be in a camp. It's not when you get as injured as frequently as I do. So that means it's like, that's not 3-4 years of training that I was doing. And my first year in the camp, they basically just let me do whatever I wanted to do so I could acclimate myself to the training program and stuff like that. And I still managed to get hurt. So it was like, once I saw like, okay, he don't just have success like with this group of people, I could also get my own personal success and gratification from the camp. So I was like, all right, we could keep it moving with each other. Because in all honesty, like that year, I was like, you know what, if I don't grab anything this year, like I really think like I should be done with track and field.
Right. So you were at that point. You were at the lowest moment where it's make it or break it. Either I show something or I get a job.
Yeah, because I tell people it's like everybody that's like raves so much like, oh, you're so persistent and so dedicated. Like persistent and dedication come with a lot of heartbreak and a lot of downtime with yourself. Because that's like year in, year out, like I set an expectation not met.
Yeah.
Set an expectation not met. And then it's like I keep going back to the drawing board to say, okay, where did you went wrong? And I still say, okay, this is where I went wrong. So let me try rectify that or let me try change that aspect of myself. It's like from 2012, which was my biggest year as a athlete, to now, it's like I am a completely different person. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's not even like growth wise. It's like I feel as if like, oh, I had to revamp my entire mindset, my thought, the way I do everything, the way I sleep, the way I eat, the way I entertain certain things, even like relationships.
You had to mature basically across the
I
board.
had to mature, but I also had to change myself because I honestly, even at one point in time, I was like, you know what? The problem isn't nobody else. The problem is me. So it's like to sit down with that type of accountability and be like, you are the problem.
Let's work on fixing
and
that.
And then the thing is, it's like I'm a person like if I see a problem, I want to find a solution, and to find out like I am the problem.
It was me. It was me the whole time.
I was like, me? Am I the problem? And then it's like, yeah, you are the problem. It's like, okay, what can you fix? And I realized like, okay, like I picking out this, and then I fix that, and then I'd be like, is there anything else to fix? And then like I find like that is the problem also. And plus like I write down things.
Okay.
And I was like, to find out like you have so many cons.
So you did like the pros and cons table, and it was like 3 pros, and the cons list is like, damn.
I was like, damn, like, and y'all say y'all like me.
So you mentioned the injuries, and injuries are such a big part of your story, but I don't think people understand the toll that takes on an athlete because the expectations are so high. We talked about how, you know, when you're recognized as a junior, people automatically expect this meteoric rise. They expect, and we're spoiled when it comes to international medals, so they expect world champs, they expect Olympics and all of that. And when that doesn't happen, you have dissenting voices. And I think it was at nationals after you ran, and that was like one of the most heartfelt speeches I think I've ever heard a athlete give after that competition. Take us back to that moment right there and just everything you felt, because I think it was last year where you had, it was injuries to both legs, was it?
Yeah, I fractured both of my legs last year. And then like my training, I was still going out to my training camp in Jamaica to get treatment and stuff like that. But after they went on to Europe, I still was in Jamaica. And I was going to come home and do rehab and just like chill. Same time I ended up breaking my leg. Like it just snapped on its own. Like I was at home.
This is crazy.
I spin around to get something. I hit it on the sofa. And then like I dropped. And like when I tried to like power up to come off the leg, I said, oh, I guess like I probably hit like a fracture.
That's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is like in my mind, I was like, oh, it's probably just like the pain from the fracture because I was already in so much pain. I didn't realize like, oh, the pain actually climbed. So I was sitting down there for like an hour. I was like, okay, I'm gonna breeze it for a little while and see if like an hour passed. I was on my phone, and then I happened to like look down, and I was like,
That ain't right.
yeah, something wrong there.
My foot shouldn't be bent this way.
That's not healing.
Yeah, so like it just had like a little deviation. I was like, yeah, I think I messed up.
Wow.
But that's crazy. Just like, and we always, people get hurt. Like I feel like all the injuries. If you got hurt running, that's different than you getting hurt than just doing a basic daily activity. Like the heartbreak on that is way more than saying, at least I know I was in competition, giving it my all, and this happened because that's a part of sports.
The thing is like I was already so heartbroken last year because I like from November to March, April, because like I knew like my season was done in April. I already qualified for Olympics though. Like my season was done. And I remember like I went with my agent to do my MRIs, and the MRI didn't even load up on the screen good yet. And that was like, yeah, she done for the season. And I was like, I looked at my agent and I was like, second opinion.
Second opinion. The second opinion is the finish of the loading of the page.
So they wait until it was done. He's like, yeah, she's still done. She's still done.
He's like, and that was the X-ray. He didn't even wait for the MRI yet. He just like, from the X-ray, he was like, So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna cry. But then like in my mind, I was like, wait, like I changed my eating habits. Like I was going to bed from 7:30. You know how boring you have to be to go to bed from 7:30?
Yes.
That's pretty sweet though.
Yes.
What time were you waking up?
Like 4:30.
Yeah. Same. I know the life.
So I was like, nah, the season ain't done. I was like, I will not like make these type of big sacrifices for my season to just be done like that. So I still was like trying. And then like, he was like, you're in pain, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, we could see you have painkillers in your system and you in pain. He was like, you shouldn't be in pain with
Yeah.
painkillers in your system.
Because then you would actually reach for something else
Yeah,
to
so-
do something to alleviate that pain.
Yeah, so he was like, just stop. And my agent was like, yeah, we don't want you to have to get surgery because they was talking about, oh, we could get you in surgery for Wednesday.
Boy, they love to put people in surgery in some places.
And I told my agent, like, I already had a spot hernia surgery and I lost like weight and I didn't like how I looked after that surgery because I small now. But after surgery, I probably was like 90 pounds.
Jeez.
Wow.
So, and I wasn't leaving home and I already don't leave home.
How many major injuries would you say that you've had?
Probably like four major injuries. But the funny part is like I just have like one reoccurring chronic injury over and over, which is my Achilles. So I still just run with my Achilles, but it doesn't beat to like the max of my capabilities. And I have like a weird habit, like I'll be in pain, I'll be in discomfort, and I wouldn't say anything. Like I'll just be like, the world still goes on.
That's
so
the Jamaican in you.
I should too. So I'd be like, I should too. And my coach, he wouldn't say anything, but I know he hates that aspect about me.
Yeah. I mean, the thing
We've
about it
seen
is,
Achilles, though, like in basketball, for example, the amount of Achilles tears that we've seen in the last couple of years, it's like, is that in the back of your head ever when you're training, or is it just like if it goes, it goes? Like, because
Before,
yeah, what is the right approach?
before, like I would probably say like now I'm becoming that way, like where I so panicky. But before it's like if I feel it, I know like I just have to heat it and it goes away. Well, it wouldn't go away, but the gnaw of it wouldn't be as intense. But I still just be like, dang, I don't want to pop my Achilles. So,
but you haven't ruptured it. It's just
No.
been tender type thing and
yeah,
sore.
but even I think like Budapest, yeah, which would have been 2023, a week before we went into Budapest, I caught like a terrible cramp type situation in my calf and Achilles. Like I screamed in training, like scream. And normally whenever I heard it just be like a but that one was like a real tight scream and I was crying like for hours on end. And my coach, afterwards, like after I stopped crying, I went for breakfast, but I couldn't like move or anything. My coach was like, you didn't feel like a difference? And I was like, no, I didn't. Like, cause I'm not like an out loud competitor. Like outside of with Sharika, like I like the trash talking with her, but that isn't really like competitiveness to me. That's just like
That's
like,
your friendly banter that you
Yeah.
have with the other track athlete.
yeah. So, but my competitiveness is like more like a quiet type competitiveness. And it's more like with myself than somebody else. Like I really don't care about other people, to tell the truth. Like track and field
Hey,
wise.
I like that because it's individual sports, so you have to care about yourself before you care about anything else.
And I would be like, oh, I am my biggest cheerleader and my biggest critique.
Well, we can see you your biggest critic because if you have that notebook with all the cons,
Yeah, with the pros and the
the
cons,
two
for
pros,
sure.
it's like, come on now.
So I would be like, all right, you know what, like, don't be a bee. Like, go out there and do what you have to do and then worry about it later. And even one of our physios in MVP, he just be like, oh, you think we could work miracles? And I'd be like, just a little bit.
I hope so. Like, give me the confidence to think we can work miracles.
The name is
like,
MVP. Like I feel like that's what y'all supposed to be doing. I want us to put a pin in there. I want to go back to this track origin story because it's an amazing story. So you fill us in on it. So I need the public to hear about this origin story. How one of our country's best just happened to find this sport that changed her life, right?
Oh yeah, I got discovered at a track camp. Well, not really a track camp, but a sports camp at Kendall Isaac Gym. My mom basically was like tired of me, and my cousin's like running rampant at home, and she was like, "Come guys, let's go." So we went. I wanted to go into swimming. They didn't have no more spots. I get everybody wanted to go into swimming. So they ended up putting me cross by a track. No, they gave me options. It's like dance or track.
Let me ask you something. When you wanted to go into swimming, did you think it was like competitive, or y'all thought y'all was just gonna like play in the pool?
I wanted to do like,
y'all play in the pool. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. That's what I was thinking.
You got the noodles and stuff that we can hit each other with?
I was thinking about. No, I was
Right,
thinking about a little splash, a little. Let's play chicken.
There we go.
That's where my mind was. But they didn't even put me across there.
And it was just like go to track and field.
Yeah, it's like go to track and field. And I first of all, I think it was like 2 days. I didn't even do anything at track and field. I sit down under the VIP bench.
How old were you at this time?
I think I was like 15.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Which is crazy because 15 is to be discovered at 15.
There were so many people
It's
at
a
that
lot
point
of
who was-
years that
already
missed
Carifta
potential.
medalists
Yeah.
and already did so much other things, but this is at 15 and you still were hesitant to do this.
I didn't care about track and field. Like, I didn't know about track and field. But when people said, like, track and field, for me, it was like, go outside and run up and down. I was like, Mom, we don't even want me to go outside to climb a tree to get juju. And at least I know climbing the tree, the reward was juju.
What's the reward for me running from this line to the next
so
one?
I was like, what?
Pass out on the floor.
Yeah, and then it was a camp instructor there who was a track athlete, but he did throwing. And I guess, like, he got tired of seeing me just, like, sit down there. So he bribed me, and he was like, hey, if you do this and do that, we can give you some Snickers, and then afterwards you can walk across.
Juju, Snickers.
Hold on. Wait.
The weakness has always been candy and sweets.
The resume that you have now in this sport all started
For Snickers.
for Snickers.
So you're trying to tell me Snickers can't come and get like an endorsement deal with
You
this?
really should have.
I'm
You
just
should
saying.
always be walking with Snickers. Before you run, you should take a bite of a Snickers bar, point at the camera, and do all that.
You would have been a perfect commercial because it's just like little kid running, sitting down there. Oh, let me
Have
get
your
the Snickers, and then you
go,
go
and then they
roll
turn
down.
into an Olympian. That's crazy. Okay, so you were sufficiently bribed with Snickers, and then what happened?
And he told me, he was like, oh, after the lunch break, I could walk you across the swimming. Never
He
walked
didn't.
me across the swimming.
Yeah,
I knew that was. I could tell.
This is a great coach, by the way. This is an amazing
Never
coach.
walked me across the swimming. Like, he went to another coach who was there, and he's like, hey, she good. And whatever. And then the coach, he came and he was talking to me, and he's like, you want to do track? And I was like, no, I don't.
Did you know you were good?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, like, look at me, like.
Doing a Cardi B,
Like when you first went, did you just like beat everyone to pieces, and then it was just like that's this easy?
Yeah, because it didn't have no like entertainment towards it. Was like, I do this in my neighborhood. We run from lamppost to lamppost in the neighborhood. The only difference is now right here, this thing here actually cutting at the bottom of my feet. In my neighborhood, my feet wasn't getting cut off.
So
And-
hold on, did they have you on the track at that time running barefoot?
Yeah. I remember I told you I come there for
No,
swimming.
Yeah, you don't wear shoes to swim.
there was no sprints or none of
But
that
they
because she
didn't
wasn't
they didn't
doing
even
this.
try to say, do you have like any flip flops or sandals to run in? It's just like, nah, just
No,
go on the
bare
track
feet.
barefoot,
Go barefoot.
on that hot red tar, whatever they have there.
And I was like,
So then what happens next in this story after the camp?
he went to my mom and my dad. He followed us home like a stalker.
I mean, listen,
He saw generational talent.
honestly, I feel like this should be what the movie should be centered around this because this guy batting 1,000 right now. All of his decisions completely right. But go ahead.
He went to my mom and he was like, tell my mom, my mom was like, we're not gonna force her to do anything what she don't want to do because
She forced you to go to the camp.
No. But
She wanted to take a nap. That's what she wanted to do.
she was like, you don't know her, but I know her, and she ain't gonna do it if she don't want to do it.
All right.
And then they mentioned, oh, she could go to school for this. Mom was
And more
like,
Snickers.
You going to track practice.
There you go.
My mom was like, you're going to track practice. That's beneficial to you. And I was like,
Thanks, Mom.
okay. And I was like, no, that literally was it. Because in my mind, I was having a lot to say. But you know, like in that area, you could have said none of your parents.
No.
This is
get
like, you
beat.
back talking me? So I was in my mind.
Your
I was
track career would
like,
have been over that day. Your school career, your track career, everything would have been over that day if you would have spoken back to your mom.
She would have killed me and bring me back to like the clean of the mess.
I love how mom was like, we can't make her do anything. Wait, she could get what?
What?
You go in.
Yeah.
You go in. That's just a decision made.
And the thing is like my family, like I tell people it's like because I grew up in the urban area, which is they call it inner city, but in actuality it's the ghetto.
We just call it the ghetto.
I grew up in the ghetto.
We don't have to be politically correct on this. You can say whatever you want.
I grew up in the ghetto, so I knew like how it was to like struggle and everything. But I wasn't struggling like directly as a child. Like I saw like my parents like make sacrifices to go here and to go there. So I actually didn't want to do track and field, but I didn't want to do track and field because it was hot and it was outside. But I actually didn't want to do it because I was like, oh, that's just a next sacrifice like my parents have to make. And my mom and my dad, they have their own way of supporting and differently. My mom is like more in your face with it. Mm-hmm. And my dad is more like, when you're driving, going for ice cream, if you want to do it, you can find a way to do it. And I'll be like, you going to do this.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting conversation. If you watch it, no. She's going to school.
No, you going to do this. Like, questions. And my brothers, they got like behind it and stuff like that. So I was like, all right.
So was your first experience was club track or school track?
It was school. But we all do in our house sports.
Yeah.
So it would be.
But I mean,
school.
like at the point where you're taking this seriously, like, okay, I'm actually going to do this. So we're moving from I just running from lamp pole to lamp pole, Anthonique, to I'm a serious competitor right now.
In all actuality, I started track and field in 2009, but I didn't really start track and field until like 2012.
Good. Okay.
So you took like a 3-year break in between that.
No,
she was doing it, but like not doing it.
But I wasn't doing it.
Right.
I already know like I was good.
Yeah, I like that though. Yeah, good. I got Javion Clowney when he was going to the draft. Why is he gonna play a season out if he's gonna be a top pick?
I already know like I was good. Like 2009, that's when I first met Sharika Jackson though. Ooh, and she beat me. She beat me, and I was
She beat a lot of people.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, I Bahamas good.
She still bring that up?
Yeah, and then I just bring up the rest of the years.
Okay, all right.
And then she just hit me with the professional career.
That one tough to beat. Yeah. That one a little tough.
There's different levels to this.
Yeah, that one a little tough to
I
beat.
was like, clock it, girl.
So what happened in 2012?
2012 was like, well, actually, 2010 was like when I really started to take it serious, to tell the truth. But that was because that was more like, oh, I'm gonna prove you wrong type thing. But in 2012, I realized it's like you can't operate life that way to like get back at somebody.
You can't
Michael
be
Jordan
petty.
did.
Petty is a way of
works
life.
so well for him.
I love being petty.
Tom Brady,
Yeah. I think you're wrong on this one. I think it's the number one source for athletes.
Kevin Garnett.
No, but like my level of pettiness was like terrible because I wanted to run a 4x4 and the coach turned around and told me, he's like, oh, you're not good enough to be a part of the relay team. I was like, oh, all right, bet.
Okay.
I went into training.
You ain't good enough to be a part of the 4 people on this relay.
Yeah, so,
But I better than all them individually.
yes, I was like, oh. Like, I turned around and I told him, like, I was crying, snotty nose and everything. And I was like, next year, I will be the best. And you want me on your relay team. And next year,
You was the best.
I was the best.
And you ain't going this relay
And
team.
I didn't run.
I don't blame you.
I didn't run that relay. As a matter of fact, I didn't run.
I couldn't be a
relay.
coach. I couldn't be a coach because I
no
would
4x4. 2011, no 4x4. 2012, no 4x4. Every time they came to me, oh, my leg hurted me.
Hey, I don't blame you.
That's amazing.
I tired.
That's a flex.
Is this the year when it clicked and this was Carifta? This was Austin Sealy Trophy? Was that
That's
this
my
year?
first Austin Sealy.
Okay.
It was 2011. And then 2012 was
back.
my second one.
I can't believe it took us that long to mention this two-time Austin Sealy Award winner, which is insane.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Not much people.
Do you get a
can
vote
even
in
say
that? No, I'm just playing.
I wish I did.
I feel like they should have reach out to the old Austin Sealy winners. Say these are the results of this Carifta. What is your vote for who gets the award?
They ain't paying attention to that.
First of all, they couldn't even say anything about me. I broke Veronica Campbell's. I tied it, and then I broke it the next year after that. Like, do you not know who Veronica Campbell was?
You have to think about, and I want people to really fathom that. So, like when we were at Carifta last year, and we thought it was, we thought Egan should have walked away with it, winning Austin Sealy, right? As great as that performance was, he didn't win it, and Anthonique won it twice.
Yep.
That's what Petty does. So don't tell me that Petty doesn't work for athletes.
But the thing is like my pettiness wasn't just sitting with that coach alone. It was like stumbling into like teammates because
okay.
I was spiting
Everyone was
him.
getting it.
Yeah, everybody was getting it. Like I didn't care. Like if I want to spite you, you think I kept a daughter for them?
Okay. All right. Now I see.
As a matter of fact, I used to tell them when they used to come to me, because I'd be sitting in the stands eating my little. First of all, 2011 was in Jamaica. I was in the stands eating beef patty. So
Always meant to be in Jamaica. Like that was the universe telling you.
In Jamaica, so.
The universe is telling you 10 years before you're supposed to be there.
I was in the stands eating beef patty, and it's like, Anthony, you come run the 4x4. I was like, girl, I already got my medals.
Yes.
I already got my medals. What you should have done was make this team individually and got yours. And I was like, probably next year.
Damn,
next year
Anthony.
came. And they came to me. And I was like,
No.
I
I'm the Austin Sealy Award. Like, what do you want me to do?
I was like, babes.
So let me ask you this then, because we know like when Carifta comes, it's Jamaica wins. You don't even have to worry about that. Then it's Bahamas, Trinidad, Barbados. Let's say it was, I know you're petty, but it was an opportunity that if you know you're running that 4x4, it could give the Bahamas the win in Carifta. Would you have then taken your petty away and been like, oh, I could win this, and it could be they win because of me?
No. At that stage, at that stage, I tell you like,
over everything.
This is peak Petty.
I tell you, at that stage, it would have been like, that's your problem, that's your beef.
That's the Bahamas.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I got mine already.
Yeah, I got my.
I good.
I did my job with them Jamaicans. Y'all should have do your own.
Give me your favorite. First of all, let's start high school. Your favorite high school memory on the track.
That don't sound like too many.
I would say it would have the B1 BAISS with me, Shanae, and Katrina.
I thought it was so unfair. I was like, where did they get these kids from? Like, it was unreal.
They got one from the
just
ghetto.
have this. It was just unreal. But yeah, tell us about this moment.
Yeah, because first of all, it went like weeks like where we had like a lot of meets, and we was like, it'd either be Katrina, then it'd be Shanae, then it'd be me. I'd be like, and I was down. I was like down in the passing of it. I think Katrina had like 2, Shanae had 2, and I only had 1. And I was like, at least let all of us be tied. Like for who win how many. Like,
Yeah.
Because we all in the same track club. Like, I ain't going to... At that stage, like I tell you, I was petty. But I also was like...
You were a competitor.
No, I had a big head.
You as a competitor.
So, I saw Katrina coming, and like, I know I was tired. And I put my hand across the back like that.
There you go.
That don't count. That don't count. It's
It
the
counts here.
shoulder.
It counts for a great story.
It's the shoulder. She's so warm, but I was like, for weeks, I was arguing. I was like, no, legally, you crossed that line first. But technically, I was across that line
It's like
first.
touching the lamp pole. Who touched the lamp pole? You don't touch it with your...
You going back to your roots.
Yeah.
So,
You just reach out. Okay, favorite Carifta memory. Because those 2 years...
Eating the beef patty in the stands.
Some of the best
no, my
performances we
favorite
had.
Carifta memory would have to be 2011 with Katrina and David Charlton when they had us on curfew and they tell us like, oh, we can't come out the rooms. And me and Katrina, we came out the room and Mr. Charlton was running behind us and he pulled his hamstring. And we heard him. We heard Mr. Charlton, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
You feel bad at that point. Like,
No, like in this moment, like now that I'm older, I'd be like, you know, it really, like, you shouldn't do that. Like, you should have been in your room
You
first
old.
of all. But at that stage, I was like, oh, I want to go outside and have fun. So
I can't believe he didn't stretch before you run off field.
I would just let y'all run
Here's
because
the
I
thing.
wasn't trying to go over
Here's
that.
the thing, though. I know they're finely tuned athletes. I know I'm catching them.
the thing is,
Finely
like,
tuned?
he had such great technique. And I was telling,
course he
I was
did.
telling Katrina, I said, Katrina, I'm getting tired. Like, while we running from him, like, I talk and I said, Katrina, I'm getting tired. And then out of nowhere, like the same time, I hear myself say, ah! And I was like, we look back and it's like, I think he pulled his hamstring.
Hold on. Did y'all stop and go back? So
we
y'all
just
just kept
going.
going.
He's going.
Y'all was like, well, if he
No,
dies,
because
he
he was
dies.
like, we could already be in trouble. So my math was, I already going to be in trouble. And he pulled his hamstring. Why to turn back now?
And get in more trouble.
He ain't getting more trouble. Like, let
Let
me
me
just go have fun.
So what did y'all do for the rest of the
I don't even remember what we do. But
You had fun though.
I had fun.
You might as well. Okay.
And you won the Oscar, so it was worth it.
But the thing is like my Carifta years was like super fun, like just trying to sneak out of rooms. Like Carrington Maycock, oh, they don't need to let him be no more chaperone because
Shout out to Blue Chip Athletics.
Carrington could sleep with his eyes open. And it took us like 5 days to realize he's sleeping with his eyes open.
So anything y'all was trying to do.
Yeah, so like every time like we open the door and we see his eyes open at the end of the hall and be like, he's still there. But the thing is, it's like somebody else turned around and they let us know, it's like, you know he's sleeping? And we're like, no, his eyes open.
That's just how it gets, huh?
Yeah, and then it's like, no, he's sleeping. And they showed us like they did this, he didn't move. And I was like, for 5 days.
I was about to say, that's a great move by him.
Fun.
Yeah.
He probably learned that specifically just for that moment. He's like,
Intimidation.
I'm a great chaperone. They'll never know.
I was like, for 5 days, I could have been having fun.
Okay, so the junior career was easily one of the best in the world because if you're that great at Carifta, I mean, Carifta is the premier junior meet in the region, one of the greatest in the world. You go on to win IAA of Rising Stars, and that is pretty much telling the world she's one of them ones. What was that like, just being recognized, not just in the Bahamas, not just in the region, but this is literally the track and field world saying y'all got to watch out for her?
I mean, 2012 was because I'd already signed like my little Puma contract.
Look at that, my little Puma contract.
Little.
I'm in high school signing a pro contract. You know, my little Puma
Did you go to school with
contract.
Puma shoes on?
No, I still want my little clocks. No.
People still asking for lunch money. You have a whole pro contract. My
And the
little
thing is, I
Puma.
still was asking my daddy for money.
I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
naturally. Yeah.
Still asking my daddy about me for money.
I got full gainful employment and I still ask my mom for stuff. Like, what you talking about?
Even now to this day, if my daddy even slip up and ask me, he's like,
Don't ask. Don't ask if you ain't willing to give. That's the motto.
So winning that award, take us back to that moment.
I would say because like I already signed my contract, and
You
I
ain't
just
little no more.
no, that was my little contract. That's my little contract. Like, so I'd already signed it, and I just wanted to like show them like, hey, I ain't going to college to compete, but I still competing, and y'all can't touch this. So that was that, and then like I also knew it was my last year as a junior, going to be running as a junior, and I would have the transition into being professional. And I still was like battling injuries. 2012, I would say, was probably like one of the worst years with my Achilles.
So this is where, can we pinpoint this is where it started? Or where would you say it started?
I would say like my Achilles problem, I haven't known myself in track and field without an Achilles problem.
Okay, so it was just always there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's why
But-
she was sitting in VIP.
Because she knew.
So I would train in the pool. Like majority of my training in 2012 was in the pool. The only time I really got on the track was to compete.
Okay.
And like I went to a World Juniors before. I did 2020 in Mountain, Canada. Left there with nothing. That's when the coach told me I wasn't good enough to be a part of the relay team. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to leave here with a medal. I didn't plan to. First, I didn't even think I was going to medal in the 100 because even at my big grown age now, the 100 is like a hit or miss for me. And then let me come across there and win the 100. So when I won the 100, I was like, oh, this 200, this bag. Like,
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, it's like, I got to be a double gold medalist. So,
You already knew before you even got.
yeah, because the 100 is the worst
the
of
200
me.
is your strong point. So you were Gabby Thomas before Gabby Thomas running that, knowing that you could win the race.
Gabby Thomas ain't an Anthonique Strachan. Gabby Thomas is,
Talk your shit.
she's her. But I am her.
Talk your shit.
So I was like, all right, this 200 is me. And I beat Sharika there. After that first time, I think that's the first time I beat Sharika, like, and acknowledged to me that I actually beat her, but she made it known to me
Yeah.
that I beat her.
So that was the point where you were like, I've arrived. So the college thing.
She came 8th in that race in the 200.
You
Sharika?
looked that up.
You
Yeah.
really did.
But you beat her by a whole second there.
Don't do this to my friend, man. Don't do this to my friend.
He's giving
She's
you
on a
ammunition
down-
for when
she
you
was
go
on
back.
a downtime. At that time, it was a transitional period for her. She's
Ah.
switching camps.
Okay. I
The
got you.
coaches.
So the college thing is interesting, right? Because like you said, I'm gonna go, but I'm going there on my own dime. So what was the motivation behind that? Was it just for training purposes, or what were you thinking?
Like, cause I think like grade 11 to 12 is like when you start speaking at colleges and stuff like that. And nobody was telling me what I wanted to hear. And what I wanted to hear was, oh, you only gonna be doing the 1, the 2, and the 4x1.
Wait, what else were they saying?
400.
Yeah, they want to be to the 400.
Wait, this college is different type
So
track.
I was like,
Race every week.
yeah, and because I was already
But
doing
somebody at
400.
that stature, at your stature?
They didn't know who he
Technically,
was.
like 2011, I wasn't nobody yet.
Okay,
So
this is before Carifta then.
yeah, it was
Okay.
a little bit before.
This is before
Carifta.
all the success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got.
But then when the success came,
I feel like the tone should have shifted after that, because like
It probably did, but it was already too late because I was like,
I petty.
no, it wasn't even that. I was like, I don't want to do the 400. Like Miss Woodside was my coach in Club Monica and at SAC. And they knew I hated the 400.
The 400 is a tough race though. Like you
Yeah.
mentally have to be like different. What do they say? The 400
gotta be
picks you.
crazy.
You don't pick the 400. The 400
No,
picks you.
you got to be crazy to go across there.
That's like when Stevie's like, when someone's like, do you like the 4 or the 2 more? I like the 2 because it's
more.
shorter. It's like,
I mean, yeah. Oh,
First of all, every time I run the 400, as I reach the 200 meter mark, it is dawn in my head. You have 200 more meters to
I have
go.
to run
I
a
should have been
whole
done.
other.
Yeah,
I have to run a
should have
whole
already
other race.
be done. And the thing is this, I naturally go towards speed first. It don't matter how, I could sit down with my coach a million times.
And do that.
No, we could make a race strategy.
Out the window.
I'll play that. I'll play that race strategy out of my mind, and I'll be like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And as the gun go, I'll be like, this fucking 400. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I get that. I can
just
see
be like,
that.
this a whole track. First of all, when I run in my 200, if I had anything below lead 4 and I look down the track, I'd be like, boy, that's a long 200. So you can't even do that for a 400. You gotta look. And
You can't
aim
even see the finish
back where
line.
No, this is you have to do to see the finish line. You gotta go like this.
No.
I ain't got that in me.
Let's get into some fun stuff now. This could be our favorite part. We about to talk Bahamian Track and Field. We kind of teased it at the beginning, but I wanted the majority of this to be about your story and talking about how you got here. And now, like we started by saying, you are the face, you are the voice of Bahamian Track and Field. Claim it. Claim it. Don't run from it. So we talked about, we saw the comments that Chris Brown made when he said, I feel like we're in a rebuilding phase in track and field. And this was something that a lot of people have been talking about. And he was the one to kind of give voice to that. What were your thoughts on that? And do you feel like that's where we're at?
I do feel as if we're in a rebuilding phase. And I also agree, we need to push funding towards it. But who they're expecting the funding to come from is what I disagree with. Because we don't run for the government of the Bahamas. We're citizens of the Bahamas, but we run for the federation, which is the B3As. The B3As makes money off of us. The government don't make no money off of us. I mean, outside of us being ambassadors and stuff like that, they technically not making anything from us. And who's to say us being ambassadors that they actually make money from that? We don't know.
You're not an employee of the government. You're an
Yeah.
employee of you're self-employed. Let's just
Yeah,
put
we're
it that way.
self-employed. And the person who we represent after ourselves is the B3As. The B3As makes money off of athletes. Like all federations make money off of their athletes. So if we're going to talk about who should be paying the athletes, it should be the person that benefits firsthand from the athlete. That's just my point of view. But I also understand like the B3s, they are struggling. So you can't.
I'll tell you, every federation in the Bahamas is struggling regardless of how you say it, because we don't think of sports as big business. Like me and Al always say, when we go to Jamaica, you come out the airport, the first thing you see is Usain Bolt plastered all over, Veronica Campbell-Brown, Shelly Ann. You see all them plastered everywhere because they love their own and they respect their own. And I believe that the corporate Jamaica believes in their athletes. And even though it's not millions and millions of dollars, they're getting something to survive.
They are, but the thing is this, it's like, I don't really know if like corporate Bahamas doesn't know, but you don't need to be offering us millions of dollars.
No.
To get the push, because we're not making millions of dollars in track and field. And none of us will make millions of dollars in track and field. Not saying that it can't happen, but realistically speaking, on the expense of the economy, the expense of the sport, and also the money that we're generating year in, year out in the sport, we're not going to touch $1 million.
Yeah.
That's why we work after track and field and work during track and field.
Well, one of my biggest things is, and I always look at it, Jeffrey Gibson won a bronze medal at the World Championships in the 400-meter hurdles. I would never forget, because I just thought it was insane. This dude was an elite track athlete, and I look at his Instagram story and he's working at Target. Like, that does not make sense. And that was like a year after winning the bronze medal, thinking that you got a bronze medal, you go, how are we not putting something into him to say, hey, go be the best potential you can be, so that you could bring the success to the country, but they only like the success when they don't pay for it.
Yeah.
My thing about it is, and I feel like you get to see this firsthand because now you've been in Jamaica for a while, the cultural difference, right? Because from the very low level, I'm talking about like maybe from primary school, you could go on to high school, the way they approach it, it's almost as if it's a holistic approach for the country to be taking everything that seriously. And it has an effect on the way people view it in terms of funding. It has an effect on the way people actually push toward the sport and actually give themselves to it. I feel like we have a more laid back approach where it's like, we want people to go off and have this success individually, but we're not actually putting anything into that. We just kind of want to see it happen at the back end. Is that how most athletes feel like the approach from people is here?
I would say, first of all, I think in Jamaica, they probably have a better chance of like getting in the room with people.
Yeah.
As to here, it's like we can't get into the room with certain people. Like we don't even know who certain people are. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to ask somebody to give you aid when you can't even see them to say, hey, I need help over here. And then also plus two is like in the Bahamas, like Jamaicans, they struggling, but they also know it's like, hey, they athletes, them struggling too. In the Bahamas, I don't think we have that acknowledgement to be like, hey, you struggling, I struggling. But if you could turn around and give the athlete something, because the athlete isn't going to just take the contract and not do the job. You have to do the job by contract.
Right. And I mean, but
it takes winning a gold medal, but in my opinion, to get Core Bahamas to even look at you.
But but they do so much for so many other things, and I don't understand. To me, and I'm not just saying this because of what we do, but sports is literally one of the few things that will bring everybody together. It's one of the few things that everyone pays attention to. So yeah. I just don't understand how we don't see the value in that all the time.
The thing is, I'm trying to remember like which year, but I would say like 2013 is probably like the last time I saw Scotiabank like super active in sports in Bahamas.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like 2013. It's like, I could be wrong, but that's the last time like I've seen like one of their banner at a sporting event for track and field. And I just be like, wow, like what happened where the corporate Bahamas don't want to be interactive in sports, especially track and field, because I feel as if like track and field is one of the easiest. It's not cheap, but probably like equipment wise,
the barrier of entry is low.
Yeah. Because I just tell people like all the time, it's like you want to leave this rock to track. like, we all could sprint. I mean, no, we all can't sprint. Let me not lie. But we all could run.
We all have some
But
athleticism.
we understand
We
what
all
you're
have some
saying because,
athleticism.
like Donald Thomas, basketball player turned into high jumper. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the raw athleticism here to almost like you got put it in a way with like a stem cell. You pretty much just say you pick this event and you're probably going to be good at it at the end of the day because it's in the DNA.
Mm-hmm. I feel as if we have so many talented athletes that has not been discovered, and outside of them not, in my opinion, not really being in the private school but being in the government school. But also plus two is like the athletes who are here now, you're not getting no help. You're not getting no real aid or anything like that. Like outside of the little bit what the government is doing for us. And
you got to jump through hoops to get on that list.
yeah, it's...
Hey, elections coming up, so if y'all thinking of putting a camp and stuff on now, this is the time to do it. That's all I'm saying.
I did a camp already.
Thank you. Great
But-
segue. So you were talking about, athletes falling through the cracks, especially in the government school system. And then I want you to talk about what you recently did at Doris Johnson, because like when you reached out to us and then you said they just don't have a track and field coach. Like, who knows what untapped potential could be there at that school? They just have nobody really buying
they
into
have
them.
a lot of athletes there.
This is what I'm saying. So the same way, look at your own story and how you were discovered reluctantly. You late bloomer, you came into that late,
But
reluctant
I
to do it.
even dropped like in a track and field group with a bunch of coaches, and I was like, hey, I just did a camp at Doris Johnson, and from like my limited scope as an athlete, because I'm not a coach, I have zero coaching abilities in my opinion. And I was like, what I saw there was like a lot of potential and
Go
like
get
a
them.
lot of athletes. Like, go get them now.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel as if like that's how it could be. Like, is even like what an athlete who was there. Well, I wouldn't call it like an athlete, but like a student who was there afterwards. She saw me like the next day because I did it on Friday. She saw me on Saturday. She spoke with me and stuff like that, and I went by her home, and I was like, wow. It wasn't even like an insult to her or anything, but it was like...
No one in the Bahamas should be living like that. That's what you're pretty much saying.
Like, and especially
But
because...
that's reality.
She told me like her GPA and like she showed me her GPA and everything. So it wasn't even like, oh, she probably might have been BSing me. Like she showed me her GPA. And she making like 3.8s, 4.0s and stuff like that. And you doing like a bunch of other sports, and that's how you living.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if you even where you at right now, just educational wise, and you living this way, like imagine like if somebody like
Actually
Yeah.
invested in you,
Exactly.
invested in your development and actually wanted to see that through.
yeah. And I told her I was like,
Imagine
I
if you had a
gave her my
stalker coach
number.
to follow you home and actually talk to your parents and tell your parents that
You can get
you
scholarship.
can leave here and get a scholarship. You can be that.
So we know you had a scholarship, and we're going, what is your take on this whole people get mad because a school will win because they're giving scholarships out?
Your school specifically.
Yeah.
Seneca State College, us. Anyway, I was a scholarship kid, and I could.
They exist?
I thought SAC didn't do that. I thought people went to SAC because they wanted to.
Yeah,
I wanted to go. I did go to SAC because I wanted to,
I thought they
but
just.
I also went there because they offered me a scholarship. Because QC also offered me a scholarship.
Look at
too.
that.
This
Wow.
is, this
Recruiting
is
battles
breaking news.
in the Bahamas.
Breaking news. Now listen,
the
we are not
difference is-
newsmakers.
What year was this?
That was what 2009.
So in 2009.
Go
This
on
is the
into
first news that we've
2010.
ever broken. We usually just be bullshitting. We broke news for the first time because all we have heard is this is never done. We are a benevolent institution, and anyone comes here just wants to be a part of this greatness.
But I would say the difference between SAC and QC was this. I still had to sit my entrance exam for SAC.
Entrance.
Nah,
No.
they were serious about that entrance exam.
Do we really need
I
them?
did not
Optics.
understand.
If you fast enough, do you really need it? I mean, let's be honest here.
I would say, I don't know how it is now. I can't speak on what it is now. But I would say then, they were super about that grade point average. No. First of all,
How much races you lost in BAISS?
Exactly. They didn't care what you was doing in them exams because they knew. Let me tell you something. After you came back from that first Austin Seeley, when you won that first award, I guarantee you that next year, if you'd have been like, I'll go with like a 50%.
They cared. They cared because they even tried to repeat me.
That was never gonna happen.
No, you know why they want to repeat you?
Yeah,
so
you
can
know
run some
why.
more
You know why. You thought that had to do with grades?
Grades? Come
It
on,
was.
grades.
It was. They even brought in my mom, and my mom was
Empty threats.
They could bring in
Empty threats.
everyone.
The thing
looked
is,
good.
it might have been empty with the school. It wasn't empty with my mom.
No.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
different.
but they knew who to scare. Because your dad would just be like, well, your mom's like, you better get your grades.
And no, but the thing is this. My mom might be more in your face, but you see if my dad says something to me,
That gospel.
at that time, I would have moved way faster.
I like how she prefaced it with at that time. But just to go back to what John was saying about the scholarship thing, like the girl that you mentioned, Doris Johnson, like she should absolutely be getting an opportunity someplace else because of what she can bring to the table. So I don't understand why we still have, and even that to me is how we're not looking at this thing and taking a holistic approach to it, because someone like that should benefit and be in a different environment because of the skill set that she has. If we're looking at this as business, then she should get to go somewhere else with better coaching, better educational opportunities, and all of that through track and field. Why are we not doing more of this?
Yeah, but I even told people it's like, I even tell athletes like to this day, even government school, because I still go back to T.A. Thompson every now and then. Even I wasn't there when it was named T.A. Thompson, I was there when it was C.C. Sweden Jr. And I would tell kids, it's like, if a school offer you a scholarship,
go
take it.
What are you?
Because
What you embarrassed for?
No, but I even said, I was like, what? In your neighborhood, they could turn around and say, "Oh, you preppy or
Yes.
whatever."
Yes.
Guess what? Be preppy, because
Thank you.
when you're done with school, and everybody know, like, you need links, and you know who have the better links?
We all
Government
know.
school.
We all
SAC?
know
Don't
the
have
better
it.
links.
It's private school, of course, SAC, because we take care of our own.
I know that. I'm not discounting that part of the whole SAC
They're the
UC thing.
best.
Y'all take care of each other.
Dude, you want to look in the camera again and just hit that one. So this is why, and I'm kind of jealous of it because I think this is what all of our high school sports should be like. Yeah. Like what is captured for BAISS with SAC and with QC. That should be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Because if everyone took that approach, I feel like our system would be so much better. Like we always look at champs and be like, "Wow, that's amazing."
First of all,
How
I
did we
would
get
be
to
in
that?
training watching BAISS, supporting SAC.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna support someone, yes.
we
Except last year, you couldn't see it.
yeah,
That's okay, because you know what? Come back to the recruiting thing. They overly recruited from the government school. They saw the trick. They saw the trick.
tell
But
us
don't
more.
worry, SAC. We can get them back. We don't need to do what that other school doing. Because
You just told us you did what y'all did what the other school
that's
did.
one person.
Yeah, Anthony, you know it wasn't one person. You mean to tell me you was the only one?
Please let me talk to my alone.
Go ahead. You was the only one. They decided that this was the one we were going to get. That's the story you're selling us right now. So nobody else in your
Nobody
class.
else in SAC.
Nobody in your class, or just
two of
in
us?
your two.
I bet you they were two great athletes. I mean, not no shot putter. Someone who could. How many points have you won in your career at BAISS? Because that's what I feel like SAC only cares about. That GPA thing was just fool's gold, as in you probably won like 300 points in your lifetime at a BAISS.
I could tell they didn't go to SAC people. But
No,
we didn't go to SAC.
No, we didn't. I respect the culture though.
Yeah.
I know haters when I see them.
I do not
We
hate
are the
SAC.
least amount. Look,
I
the
do
only
not.
thing we care about at BAISS is someone win and someone lose.
I do not listen. I actually gave SAC money. My son went there for a year before he switched schools, but I gave
Don't
them
worry.
money.
That's okay. Because there are only two type of people.
Oh
in
my
Bahamas.
God, there we go.
Those that went to SAC and those I wish they did.
He plays baseball. It was useless to him. But I
He was a track athlete though.
I respect the culture. Boy, he's never gonna be that fast. But I'm saying, I mean,
He ain't got the gene.
no,
pool.
He's super slow. Super slow.
Nine is forte. You gotta go
From when we
where
saw him at like 5 years old, it's like, yeah, track ain't for
you
him.
go where the Lord calls you. He didn't call him. He
was
didn't
a
call
track
him
and
there,
field.
and that's okay.
Nah, y'all killing me.
So this is my question. Do alumni like you, who are very public figures and very well known, especially in your sport, facing the voice of track and field, do you have influence in who gets to be in that next generation of Big Red Machine? Do you?
But I even know the answer to that one.
I
You
just
got
wanted
to
to
be
ask.
crazy.
I just
That
wanted
old
to
guard's
ask.
gonna stay there till they gone.
I just wanted to ask. I'm just saying because listen, you can do good with this power. It doesn't have to be. This doesn't have to be just focused on BISS. With great power comes great responsibility. A wise man once told me that. Shout out Uncle Ben. But
Peter Parker.
when you go to Doris Johnson and you find these athletes, you say, hey alumni, just an interesting note. It's like 6 of these kids that can do this and can do this and do this. Do with that information what you will. Y'all don't do that kind of thing?
No, because
Cap.
Yeah, y'all
Cap.
really making the
I'm
Bahamas
just
show
saying,
up.
if it was me, I would do it. I went to St. John's.
No,
I would do it.
I would reach out to coaches and stuff like that because those people have more say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, hey, you should come across to St. John's.
Yeah.
Look for this person.
Don't go to St. Andrews. They ain't got no track team no more.
Y'all ever had one?
Yeah, we came 4th one year. You joking?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. The oh, that's good was so loaded. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
hey, that's fine. I'll take it. There's like 20 people who go
You
to
want
that
to pat him
school.
on the head as you say it? Oh, that's so cute. That's really cute. That's
Shout out Debbie Ferguson.
brave of you guys. Oh, they did have Debbie. They did have Debbie.
One person.
Yeah, that's
Well,
one.
according to you, you only need like one scholarship person or 2.
But y'all can sit down and say it.
Okay.
At least that's a brain school. You can't beat them when it comes to spelling bee. So
You beat me. And they got me in this profession where I gotta talk and spell and thing.
no, see right now you have ChatGPT. You ain't got to spell
No,
right now.
we ain't had ChatGPT in my
No,
day.
we never use that. Everything we do comes right from here and right from there.
Yeah.
That's
I can't
we do not
ChatGPT
rely on
anything.
ChatGPT. Yeah, we just use our creativity.
Oh yeah, y'all was in that era like where you had to brainstorm, write it
No,
down.
Yes,
for
we're
real,
old.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I was in that era. Then. Probably not as strong as y'all, but I was there too.
We had
With
the
a
right.
typewriter where you.
Yes, a
Yeah,
typewriter.
I was sitting there like the woman on Murder She Wrote, typing with just my index fingers and then pulling over. Yes, that's where
That's how
that's
we
where we're
lived.
at.
We had the rotary phones though, the ones we had to go.
Oh
And
my
spin
god, we
it.
always had one of those before.
Wow.
No, but see, this is the thing. Well, they did it on VJ. Like VJ, what is this? And he's like, didn't know what like a cassette tape was. And I'm like, come on,
I know
man.
what that is.
It's like this is the Bahamas. We know what these things are growing up because
I know my niece don't even know what a Nokia
Yeah, but
phone is.
he's what 19 and 20. I wouldn't expect him to really know that.
I would have thought. I mean,
Think about it, John.
She still know you from Ireland.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but where were they using
Things to
cassettes?
take longer to reach there.
Cassettes though, I really feel like y'all.
I don't know what it was, but
I
no,
really
it was
feel
it was a
like-
BlackBerry. He didn't know what a
He
BlackBerry
didn't know,
was.
nah, we all know about the BB
No,
era.
I can see him not know what a BlackBerry is. He's
Every-
20.
Everybody, first of all,
So-
Vibes Cartel have a whole song about.
Vibes, great. Do you know Vibes?
I like his music, but I don't know him.
Oh,
I mean, who doesn't like it?
I mean, he was living in Jamaica.
I tell you, I have a little bit of ratchetness in me. I love
Did you go to the concert?
Vibes Cartel.
Yeah.
Chair training.
I mean, okay. Can we be perfectly honest? It's the off season, Nike.
Oh, the off season, I just went to Massical concert the other day though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nike's not watching. It's the off season now. This was when Vibes first got out. The first concert in Jamaica was, I would safe to say,
Christmas time?
probably
Yes.
the biggest reggae concert since Bob Marley.
Yeah, I believe so. Because you know why?
There's no way.
Oh, back to that Jamaica's not a real place.
There you go. Okay.
You know they was giving out loans to people to go to the concert. I
Yeah.
was like,
Why wouldn't they?
I mean, I would believe that
Why wouldn't they?
Commonwealth
Yeah.
Bank is a bank that would do that. Like
Yeah.
if it was a
They
big
should-
time
No,
person.
They
you
should do
trying to
that.
tell me you taking out a loan to go to a concert?
Yeah, but it's Vibes though, and
Yeah.
he's
How
he
much
was
for
in
the
jail,
tickets?
so it made sense
In real money.
I don't actually see the problem here.
money. What
Nope.
that is, Monopoly?
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't let him get you in trouble. Leave it alone.
Let me see.
That
It would be.
made
It
absolute
could
sense.
come up to like VVIP, like that down in the front. I think that was reaching out to like 15,000 real money.
15,000 real money.
Good for vibes. Good for vibes.
I think I don't.
But how
quote
many
me
people
on
were
it.
you allowed in that area? Like 4?
I have no idea.
Wait. When we say real money, we talking?
Oh, now you want to talk about real money,
USD.
fake money?
15,000.
I tell you, like people was taking out loans, and the thing is, you know what I didn't understand? Like, we know, like he was going to go to like New York and stuff and places
Yeah.
like that. You have people who was flying from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
come to
fly
Jamaica.
from
I know
here.
people from here that went
No,
to
I
it.
understand coming from here because Bahamians, I like I said, I went to that Massacre concert.
We ain't good at concerts.
I'll say this though.
I don't find us to be
Jamaica,
good at
Kingston
concerts.
is a fun city.
It is.
It is a fun
It was
city.
very fun when I went.
I love taking on night carnival.
I like
Yeah,
all of
up
it.
to 10,000 USD for premium seats for
see
the
that?
thing. Yeah.
He's about to be in Toronto next month, and it is not going to be $15,000.
Yeah, 8 people up to 12,000. Vibes though.
Vibes. This has been a great conversation with the
You know
voice
what the
of track
thing we
and
did
field.
miss about though?
What did we miss?
You see like the athletes nowadays going to college, right? Do you wish you had NIL back in your day?
Bruh,
Everybody
I said
does.
that.
Everybody
I was
does.
like, if they had NIL back in my day, I wouldn't even sign a professional contract. I would have been in
That's
school
true.
just raking it up. I would have been there laughing at them.
Making content and then just going
First
out
of
there
all,
and
I ain't
racing.
gonna lie, I ain't gonna make no content.
No, you
because
have
even-
someone else
That
do
wasn't
it.
a content making time back then.
Yeah.
No, not back then, but I'm saying if NIL was around, you would find your way into that.
What do you think your value would have been?
Then I was the only person running 22s. So I would put
Talk your
myself
shit.
like on like
3 million.
no, I wouldn't start making that much. I would be realistic with track.
I was thinking $1 million.
yeah, like
But if you won $1 million,
No,
I'd
no.
say 3.
the NIL people actually making more money than the professional people.
Yeah.
So
And they don't even have to be good.
no,
Or nowhere near the
you
best.
know, I watched.
They just got to be popular.
You could have told them, yeah, I only running the 25 meters.
You know what?
And
I
you
think-
paying me
But
this.
I even watched the NIL thing at LSU on Prime, and they had the gymnast girl.
Yes.
Oh yes, she was making bank.
Bang! And she wasn't even qualifying
Nope.
to be a part of their team.
But she buy Paul skins.
And I was like,
You could
Doesn't
imagine.
matter. That's why I think you just got to be popular. So here's where you would have made it.
You
All
could have
you had
walked
to
in
do-
with your 2 trophies, your RCC, and your 2 gold medals, and you would have been like $1 million each.
hey.
You would have been able to sell your personality, and that would have worked. And I mean, obviously, he was way better than she was at your sport, but that's how this whole thing
Exactly.
works.
I would have actually been advertising. Not saying that the girl from the gymnast thing is not an advertiser, because she clearly is on social media.
She advertising something. So
She's actually good, you know. Like, I mean, because I really don't know gymnastics and stuff like that. But like, I watch her social media stuff because when I watched the NIL thing, I was like, nah, I gotta go on her social media and see like,
you got to see what's up with
yeah,
this.
and, like social media, like
Look at
aesthetically
Caitlin Clark
wise.
though, how much money she was getting. Angel
Yeah, and
Reese.
Angel Reese.
It's just like
First of all, you saw Angel Reese say that when somebody told
About
her,
her
they was
rent?
like, no, they was like, are you a basketball player or are you a social media influencer?
She's a business.
And she was like, I'm a business. My part-time job is giving me enough money so that I can do my full-time job. And I was like, ooh, when your part-time job give you more money than your full-time job, there's a problem.
4.1 million for the LSU gymnast.
That's what she was making?
What's her name?
Olivia Doon?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Olivia.
That's the one who dated Paul Skeens, right?
I don't care who she dated.
Olivia, you are a business mogul.
There we go.
You could have get 3 million.
You couldn't get 3 million. All right.
I don't think so. Like,
See, now you're selling
no,
yourself
because
short.
I know.
You just think track don't have that kind of pull.
Yeah, track don't have that type of pull.
But you would've made it different
also,
back then.
I don't have.
Okay. Listen. We need a favor. We are admittedly not track and field people. We ain't track and field people, but we need a track and field correspondent. We need a consistent track and field correspondent. We
I
know
do this
you.
virtually.
Yeah.
We know you want to get into this business. We want to bring you under the tent, under the fold of all of this mystical magic you see here in 10th
The
Year
lights.
Studio.
I like this.
The lights. We want you to be our official track and field correspondent. We need
I
your
just want
knowledge.
you to know. You see that little computer up there?
Yeah.
That's specifically made so we could zoom people in.
Yeah.
So they can pop up on the screen when we do these things.
So we need you from
Yes.
Jamaica. Anything that happens in track and field, we got to get you in here. We got to talk. It doesn't even just have to be track and field, but we need you on.
at
We
me.
need you as a guest more often.
Look at me getting work.
Yeah.
we
this is
pay
gonna-
we pay like the Bahamian government.
Yeah,
though.
we do
We're
absolutely
pretty
feel like a
bad.
Bahamian government. You getting that like at the end of the year maybe.
That's okay. That's how track and field pay now.
Things I'm used to.
Things I'm used to. This is
You
10
don't
years.
realize it's abuse because you've been getting it all your life.
It's election season. Perfect time to say that. This is Anthonique Strachan. She is the voice of Bahamian Track and Field. She is the face of Bahamian Track and Field. She can get so much messages about that.
Yeah, they get around and say, "Oh, what somebody told me the other day, you are not the role model for Bahamian Track and Field."
Who is?
I don't know, whoever the role model is. But I would agree with them. I don't have the personality to be a role model. I say, like, my vocabulary is colorful. So,
ChatGPT.
A role model is whatever you make it. So this is just gonna be the first, but we're gonna get Anthony back. This has been a great episode. We're gonna have this more often, so we're gonna do more deep dives into track. So now we got an expert with us, right?
Oh, we could, if you're here during BAISS, we could have you trackside.
ooh, don't make me come down here. When that is? April? May?
I don't even know. March?
No, yeah, that is March. Because April is pen relays. I probably could do that. Oh, no,
All right.
Then I started training later.
No. Leave it right there. End the episode. She already committed to it. We're done. End it. She said I probably could do that, and cut. We're out.
The operative word was probably.
Nope. He ended it already. See y'all next time.
I'm trying to see because I started training in December.
We're cut. Mic's off.
January, February.
We're going to zoom you in. You just watch it on your phone, and then we'll zoom you in. What
The
do you
thing is,
think?
I already just be watching it through y'all on Facebook.
Except last time.
Oh, yeah.
Except last time.
I was trying to figure out what happened.